Hi all, welcome to Selenium WebDriver Framework Training Session 20. In this session, I will discuss how we can create a framework with the help of keyword-driven approach in Selenium WebDriver. So in the last session, you already seen what this framework all about, what is the concept of framework, how we can create the data-driven framework, right? How we can interact with some external data source. It can be Excel sheet, it can be CSV, or it can be database. But in case you get to know one thing, but you can study other thing and you can do some analysis, and definitely it will help you to learn other thing as well. So in the data driven, right, we are trying to combine our test cases, or we are trying to execute our test case in terms of different data combination. Whereas keyword driven approach, we will try to run based on the keyword, right, where I will not be subling the data combination, but we will be subling the keyword. We will be providing the keyword from external sources. So definitely for data driven keyword or hybrid, in case you want to interact it with the external sources, right, in case Excel or CSV, definitely you need to first download the jar files for the Apache PY. I already seen in the last session, so show you in the last session. So this is the URL. If you open the URL, you can download all the relevant jar file. After that, once download is successful, you can assign or you can add those jar files into the project. So how can you add it? So you need to right click the project, you need to go to the properties sections, and here in the build path, right, and there's a library, and you need to click on the add external jars, and you can add all the relevant jar files, right? So here I was Apache PY jar file, so I will be adding them, so that all the relevant method or functions where I need to use those as part of data reading and writing from the Excel, so I can use them from there. Okay, so Apache PY is nothing but an open source library developed and distributed by Apache Software Foundation to design or modify Microsoft Office files using Java program. It is popular UI that allows working around Excel file using Java program. In short, user can read and write Excel files using Java. So Apache PY is your Java Excel solution. So first thing you need to download, and you need to add this. In case you are creating any Maven project, definitely instead of downloading, we will be adding the dependency in the Maven project. So no need to worry, in the real-time framework, I will be creating the Maven project. Okay, and where we will be adding everything in the dependency format, not any jar format. So all the dependency I will be adding it. In case it is a Selenium dependency, Java dependency, in case it is TestNG dependency, in case JUnit dependency, Apache PY dependency, other report dependency, everything will be adding in the pom.xml file. So I think you already know how to create the Maven project, how to use the pom.xml file, because the Maven session already covered, right? In case you are not familiar, you can go through the Maven complete session. So user need to use XSS if they need to write or read the data, right, with the help of OOXML. That is the package, right? That is the package where we can get all the relevant classes or methods, right? So it has relevant interface classes and method. So what are the prerequisites to start with the keyword driven framework? First, definitely we will be requiring Eclipse, then TestNG, Selenium jars, right? We need to create the Excels with the data combination, then definitely that we need to download the Apache PY jar file. So keyword driven framework is nothing but a technique in which all the operation or instruction will be performed, right? Whatever we need to perform will be written separately from the actual test case, right? The similarity it has with the data driven framework is that the operation to be performed is again stored in some external sources. So we will be dealing from the external sources, right? Now where all the operations or program kind of methods will be written. So user can easily control and specify the functionality they want to test. So this is the library, keyword library, and after that we will be interacting it, right, for the input or output with the automation script, and then you will be interacting with the application under test or AUT. So few of the difference I have tried to depict here: keyword driven and data driven framework, right? So keyword driven is very easy comparatively to maintain it, right? Whereas data driven is not easy, sometimes it can be complex. Keyword driven planning has to be extensive and precise for the keyword driven framework, whereas planning is easy since it is needed only for the test data and test script. Okay, in the keyword driven, it is possible to write test script even before the product has been finalized development phase. So keyword driven technique we will be using. Suppose in case we are going for the agile project, right? So some of the functionality is not completed, but still we can go ahead with the keyword driven. Whatever is completed, we will do it. But data driven, the complete product need to be developed completely and it should be available. Otherwise, the objective of data driven is that we will be running some scenario from the start to but end with the different variation. So that is the reason product development should be finished completely and it should be stable status. Whereas keyword driven will be creating scripting, right, for some module functionality, and slowly iteration basis we will be going through the integration part. So that is the basic difference. So that is the slide only, but everything will be seen in the real time how we can create it. Okay. So first we will be creating a Excel file. So suppose say let's go to the desktop, sorry, not in D drive, maybe I can go to the D drive and I can create Excel file for the keyword driven. Let's say new Excel driven data. Okay, keyword driven data. Suppose say, so for I will be automating scenario. Suppose say, what are the scenario I will be automating? I will be opening the browsers, then I will be want to log into the Facebook page. So whatever Excel is opening, let's create few columns here. One is will be like my test case ID. Definitely we'll be using some protocols here. Is already you are having some skill set in the manual testing, so you know. And then test case name, I'll be creating another column. Then test step, then I can mention step or actions, whatever we need to perform, right? And then here we will be adding one thing is keyword, where we will be adding the keyword in the real time, whatever operation we need to perform, keyword. So this is the 5 different column I have added. You can add whatever you want, right? In case if you want to add some traceability, you can add it, no need to worry. So I will be adding those column and action column. Let's okay. So I will be one test case, suppose say keyword driven TC1. Okay, so that is the test case I want to, okay, that is the name. And test case name, suppose I want to log into the Facebook page, I want to give some kind of user ID and then password, right? Anything I want to then I want to click on the forgotten password link instead of login. So whatever I want to do, right? After that, here I can give some value and then I'll be giving click on the search button. So that's what I want to do it, right? So I'll be giving the test case name is navigation in Facebook page. So that is the objective I am giving. Before navigation, we will be doing it, right, through Facebook page. So here I will be doing, and step number definitely will be giving it 1 2 3 4 5, that whatever step I want to perform, right? So let's try to give that thing. And here actions I will be giving it. Suppose say first thing is that open the Chrome browsers or launch the Chrome browsers. Okay, and the keyword I can give it launch browser. So this is the method, right? BROWACR. Okay, then once the browser is launched, navigate to Facebook page. Okay, so I can give it navigate to URL, right? That is the keyword I am giving. then I can give enter any relevant mail here in the thing, right? I can give some username or mail ID or email. So I am clicking that enter. So that's why you need to also give the keyword. So launch browser, you can easily and just navigate to URL, right? Enter. So that keyword you need to use also, right? Enter, so that you can easily understand what is the operation you need to perform. Enter email, right? Similarly, if I want to enter the password, I can do it, right? In the password field, enter the relevant password, and where also I will be giving, and it should be unique keyword, right? Because your method or it should not be duplicate. Enter password, right? And then after the password is, then you are clicking on the forgotten password link. So click on the forgotten password link. So I will be mentioning click for WORD, and then once you are clicking on the forgotten password link, and then again you are adding some value here, right, in the mobile number. So maybe you can add enter mobile number or email, enter relevant email or mobile number. So maybe you can copy paste the thing, enter email or enter mobile or email. So that is the method I can write here, and the next click on the search button, click on the okay, so click search, okay, then closing the browsers, right? Close the browser. Here I can mention close browser. Okay, so that is the thing I will be writing it here for one test case. So you can add multiple test case. I will show you, no need to worry. So that is the Excel I have written here. Okay, that is the first point, first thing you need to do. Okay, you will be creating an Excel sheet, then you are adding some columns with the kind of different rows in the headings, and then you are writing the steps here, right? Then it is done. Then in the go to the project, and here definitely you will be finding some project package. So in the package I can create a first class, which will be, suppose I will be giving name as session 20. One class I will be creating constants. So you need to first try to understand all the aspects. So here 4 different class we need to create for the keyword driven, and one Excel file. This is the 5 prerequisite. Okay, so because what I am adding session 20, so it will be easy for you to go through the code as well, right? So constant, right? Here we will be declaring whatever is fixed in component, right? Will not be changed, right? So first let's give the URL here. So whenever you will be defining, it should start with public. This is the access modifier. Then you need to give static, so that that can be accessible in other class as easily, right? Final, because it will not getting changed, right? So that is the reason we can denote them final. Then it is a string, right? We can give it URL, right? Whatever URL I want to give it, and I will be getting the value for the Facebook page, right? So what is the URL for Facebook? I am giving that URL, so that will not be changed here. So let's close it. Then similar way, whatever will be there, I will be creating one by one. Okay, so first one is URL. Then I can give the file path, right? So it is kept in the D drive, so I will be giving as D drive, right? Then what is the Excel name? the ddiv. So that is the Excel name, keyword driven data. Dot xlsx, that is the right. Then file path is done. Then I can create another variable called Excel data. What is the sheet name? Excel data sheet name. So I can give it the sheet name as that one. So because everything is fixed, I am not going to change it. So that is the reason I am defining here final, because the objective is the different kind of keyword, right? That is the name, it is keyword driven testing, but our data sheet will be fixed. So that is the reason I can consider them as a fixed. And then suppose then I'll be giving the username, right? So email or username, right? So I can create another thing is called email, and where I can add some value, right? So whatever value maybe I can give that email, anything I want to, but maybe, or maybe username 1 2 3 4 5. Similarly for the password, right? The password field will be there. Password, you can give any password which will be fixed, because we are not varying the data, right? Data driven will be varying the data, whereas keyword driven will be based on the keyword. Then next one is after the clicking on the forgotten password link, right? So based on the thing, whatever will be adding, you can see this is the two thing, enter, and another we are entering, right? So it is also the another field, right? So I can give it mobile number here, mobile or email, okay? So I can give it, so maybe I can give it some of the important things. So that part I can give it, because I was trying with different Facebook, maybe some of the test related username 1 2 3 5 4 5 somebody has created the Facebook, so it is giving me opportunity to reset the password. So I have tried with that option, so nobody have created any account with this combination. Okay, so this is the thing I have created, right? First thing, this is constant part. Then I will be creating another class for adding the script where I will be reading the data from the Excel sheet, right? So session 20 read Excel data. So that is the class I am creating, right? So here I will be creating a method for reading the data, right? So public, and here I will be using array, okay? So this will be some complicated will be there definitely. So in the real time framework, array, right, list, linked list, and hash map, everything will be used. So you will slowly get to know why I need to use it, right? So public array list. Suppose I am creating a method called read Excel data. That is the method name. Here I am creating, and I will be providing some column reference, because that is the column reference I need to give it, right? For which column I want to read the data, because whatever I have written I will be not reading everything. In the real time framework I can read, but here I will be trying to read only one column. So maybe I can give the column reference, right? So that variable I want to pass, suppose say column number, okay? That is the method I am creating, and definitely it's a method, so you can give it to. So here you need to import the array list from the java.util package, right? Still error message is there because we need to return the statement, so no need to worry. So we can create some global variables, right? Whatever we have created last time. So XSSF, first one is that we need to give the path, then we need to get the workbook, then worksheet, then row, and then column, and then the cell, right? That way we will be reading the thing. So I will be giving XSSF workbook. So maybe creating some variable workbook. Similarly, XSF sheet, I can create some variables for sheet. Global, so that can be used anywhere. XSFX sheet. So we need to import them from the relevant org.apache-py.xsf.usermodels package. So once import is done, then here I will be reading the URL right from here. So how can I read it? So I will be reading it with the help of that particular class name. Then so I will be storing in some variable called file. So here it is URL, sorry, it is a same thing. First I will be reading the file path, right? So here I will be creating a variable called file location equal to constant dot. If you press dot, you can see everything will be coming here, right? So file path will be coming, and return type is string, so we'll be storing in some string. So we are reading them from the another class. So how can you read it? Press the class name, because that is the reason we have declared everything is static. So there is no need to create any class schema, right? Instance. So directly we can read it with the help of class dot methods or any kind of variables, directly read them. So that is the reason we are defining them static and final, so that nobody can change them. Okay, so that's why I can store it the file location, right? So I'll be creating a file object or instance for the file class. File equal to new file. Here I will be giving the reference of the file location. So you already see in the last session how to read the data, how to create it. Then once I read the files, I need to import it, the file class in the java.io package. Then I will be creating a instance for the file input stream class. File input stream class, I will be creating a variable FIS equal to new file input stream, and where I am providing the reference of the file. So these are the important file input output operations. So in case you did not gone through, so gone through all the relevant session for Java IO, right? All the input output operations, how to read and write the data, you can get it in the Java IO session. I already covered them. So what is there is coming? We need to surround with throw and declaration. So let's add throws declaration here. What is the IO instead of IO exception? I can keep it. Okay. Then once it is read, right, then I will be creating that variable for workbook. I will be reading the workbook. So I will be workbook equal to new workbook, and I will be reading with the help of FIS stream. Right, then I will be reading the sheet equal to. So in the last session you already read the sheet with the help of the index. Here I will be reading the sheet with the help of sheet name, right? So wb dot get sheet, I will be using that thing, get sheet, and here I need to give the sheet name. So what is the sheet name? I will be giving it instead of indexing. So in case you are having multiple sheet, right, you do not know what is the thing, maybe indexing, so immediately you can definitely read it. Definitely your thing will be in unique, right, sheet name. So I will be giving as sheet 1. So that's why I can also read it with indexing or sheet number or anything. Okay. Then I will be using a iterator, because I want to iterate all the value, right? So here I need to use the iterator, no other option is there, right? So I'll be using iterator, java dot util dot iterator. I'll be iterating all the row. So here I want to iterate all the row. I'll be creating a variable for the row equal to, I'll be iterating the seat, right? Because I already know the seat one, so I'll be iterating all the seat with the help of row iterator, ROW row iterator. Okay, here it is not Java. I'll be writing with the help of row iterator. So you can see we need to import the iterator, row iterator from the org dot row. Okay, first we need to import the row and then iterator already written. Okay, then I will be iterate all things. So this is the iterator operator. So it is nothing, I have just written only the iterator operator. So this is the concept of iterator operator, right? So first I need to iterate and then I will be adding row to next. So that is the concept of iterator operator. In case you are not familiar, you can go through also the operator. I think maybe I already covered it in some of the loop session. In case it is not covered, you can, yeah, I think in the array list also already I covered the iterator operator, how to iterate the array list. In case it is not there, you can see. This is nothing, just I have written new, but I am just simply using the iterator operator, right? Then I will be creating another array list, right, where I will be also going through all the row one by one. So this is the array list, is the return type, right? Why I have written? So definitely we will be creating an array list. That is the reason return type has been given as array. So I will be creating an array list where it will be storing the string. So you already know how to add the array list, right? So in case you do not know, please go through the collections completely and the Java input output, because that will be very much required. All the OPS concept, all the IO operations, multi-threading part and your collection part will be used in the framework mostly. Suppose I will be creating a variable called a, where I want to new array list. So this is the concept, simple, nothing but just creating an array list only. So I will be creating array list, and that is the reason it's a return type I have given as array list. Okay, why it is given? Okay, still I am did not return anything, that is the reason it is showing as. Definitely I will be returning whatever array list I have given, right? So here I will be using some iterator again, hash next iterator. Okay, so this is the two iterator I will be using whenever I want to use the data driven keyword testing. So I will be using while loop. Here I will be also using the iterator and I will be taking the row. So sometimes it can be complex, but you need to remember this line of code, right? Dot hash next. And definitely is in while loop, so it will go through some of the importance aspect. So I will be first reading the row. So where I will be creating a row r equal to row dot next. Okay, let's close. Okay, and here I need to typecast row, otherwise it will throw some error. So that is the line of code you need to remember. And then I will be reading cell, right? So I already told, first is location, then your workbook, then your seat, then your row, and then your cell, and then you can get the value of the cell, right? So suppose I will be reading the cell equal to, with the help of row variables, r dot get cell, and here I will be passing that particular variable, right, for the column number for which I want to read the value. Okay, so this is done. I need to import the cell from that one, not the upper one, right? We need to import all the workbook, worksheet, row, cell, everything from the org.apache.py, right? Please remember it, otherwise it will throw some error. Then I need to get the data, right? Once I know the cell, once I know the Excel sheet, then I will go to the workbook, then I will go to the sheet, and in the sheet, right, I will try to iterate all the row, right. I want to get all the data, and I will be storing all the data in some array list, right. And after that I will be going through the row, right, and I will be going through all the row one by one. Then I will be going to the cells, right, after going through the row. So that is the cell, right. After that I want to get the cell value. So that is the data, nothing but the data. C dot get string cell value. So that is the method available here, and you can see this is the type is cell. So I will be storing in some string. Okay, so this is done. Then I will be adding in, right, in some location, temporary location, right. So I will be adding them. A, so whatever array list I have created, right, so I will be adding here. A dot add. What I will be adding? The data. Then I want to add everything through iterative, right. So I will be again A dot add. So here I need to give a lot of things. Okay, so I will be giving the row part. So it is nothing but that one. I want to iterate everything. So I will be simply copy pasting it, that one. Once this is done, I will be giving another bracket. Then if you press dot, no, 1 second, A dot add row dot, this is the thing, row dot next. Okay, I am not getting anything. Let's add get cell. So this is the thing, I will be adding it again. Then press dot. So simply I am adding it one by one, no more additional thing I am doing here, right. And then everything we need to add it. Okay, I think error message gone. So we are adding the data, but we are also adding everything, concatenating everything. Okay, first one row reading, then cell reading, and then getting the value of the cell. So this is the some common thing we need to remember it. Okay, then I am close to the bracket. So iteration is done. Then I will be, if I want to print the value, so I can print it sys. So here I can, if you want to give something, so list. What do you want to print? So definitely you will be printing the A, and definitely you need to return, right, that A. So that's after that it will be successful. So that part A I will be returning whatever I have created and stored, right, in the array list. So I will be returning return A. So that is the lines of code you need to write for reading the data. Okay, so I am creating two global variables for workbook and sheet. I am creating an array list, right, where I am providing the column number, which column I want to read, right. But to reading the column, first I need to go to the file path. After I go to the file path, I need to remember the sheet name, then my workbook name, first workbook name, the sheet name, then row, and then cell, and then cell value, right. So that is the thing I have written here, right. First I am, and the file location I have given some constant part, so I am reading it from here, the class dot variable, because I have declared as static and final, so it can be easily readable, right. So with the help of file and file input stream, I am reading it. I am going to the workbook and sheet. Then on the sheet I am reiterating all the row one by one, and here I am reiterating row and then cell, and I am storing the cell in some different variables, which is A, and which is nothing in storing in the array list, and after that we are returning it. So that is also coming as part of the objective of the method we have written, read Excel data, where we are passing the column difference. This is nothing but which column I want to read it. Then I will be creating another method simply for which column I want to read. So I will be creating another method, public void read, keyword driven column. Where I can pass some integers I. Okay, that is the lines of code I will be writing it here. Okay, so this is the first one, is that we need to creating the excels where I am setting the objective of each and everything, right? What are the test case, what is the action, and what is the keyword. Okay, then I am creating the constants where I am passing everything. I am creating the one importance class where I will be reading the data from the excels, and then I will be creating another class, right, for write the script for each and every methods. Let's create a class season 20 keyword actions where I will be defining all the actions. Okay, here let's create a global variable, public static web driver equal to driver. That is the global variable defining, right? So you need to import the web driver, right? So it is done. Then I will be creating the method, right, one by one. Public void, what is the method I will be creating? So based on the Excel sheet. So first one is launch browser, so you need to remember. So it will be same thing, same name. So that is the method I am creating here. So that part I can copy paste maybe for some of the importance thing. So I am not writing anything. Sorry, that is the part. So it is launching about the browser, right? I am setting the properties, and I am just creating a driver, and I am maximizing it. I need to import the Chrome driver, right? So that is the one method I have written. Let's close it. Next, similar way, I will be creating some more importance keyword actions. Then next one will be my navigate to URL. I am changing it. How I can navigate to URL? So I need to driver.get, right? And before that I can give some implicit timeout, right? So whatever implicit timeout I used to access, in case I want to give, so I can give it, no need to worry. Okay, so that implicit timeout I can give, suppose say 10 second, 1 second, implicit timeout I can give it, suppose say 10 second I want to give before opening. I will be giving it 10 seconds. So, and after that I will be opening the Facebook page. Let's import the time unit. Okay, and here how I will be giving it, I will be accessing the constant, right? That is the class, and the URL is the variable, right? So from by that way I will be accessing it, dot URL. So I am not writing anymore. So here I have defined everything. I will be accessing all the thing here. Okay. Then the next one is I will be reading the data, right? For the I will be entering the data for the email. So definitely I have to inspect the element first with any of the attribute. Press F12 button here. Okay, so here I will be creating that part. So how can I create it? Let's come create it. Another methods, similar approach, public void, then the name of the method, and then start with 2, right? And here how I can read it? So I will be reading into the property. So driver dot find element. So with which attribute I can read it? Maybe suppose I can read it with ID equal to email, right? So by dot ID, and whatever ID I can keep it, I will be giving that ID, and here I will be sending the data, right, with the help of send keys. Which data I will be sending it? I will be sending the data from the here, from the constant class, whatever I have created, the email sending, right? So I will be dot the variable name email. Okay. Similarly, for the password field, I will be creating another methods for the password. So I need to match with that one. Enter password. And here I need to inspect the element attribute for the password field. So ID is pass. I can take that ID. So I will be changing the ID, and here the constant instead of email, it will be constants dot password. Right. This is done. Then I will be clicking on the forgotten password link. Right. So I need to inspect it. So it is a link I can read through with the help of link text. Okay. So this is the method name. I will be creating another method for clicking that options. So I will be need to match with that keyword the method name, same way. Then driver dot find element, and here I will be reading it with the help of link text, right? So this is the link text, and I will be giving the link here. So this is the complete link. I will be giving it, and this is the link. So I will be clicking on that option. Click. I need to close with thing, then link. Click. Okay. So now I already written it. Then I will be navigating to the next page after clicking that, right? So next thing is that I will be adding enter relevant mobile number here. So I need to inspect that field. So you can see ID is there, so I can inspect it with the help of ID. 1 second, let's me inspect it. So ID is identify ML, right? So with the help of ID I can identify it with the help of ID. So I'll be creating another thing, another method here. So what is the method name? It should match with the Excel sheet. And here I will be simply changing it to the attribute here. ID is identify underscore email, so I am changing it, the ID, and here our value also I will be need to change it, right? So that is will be my mobile or email. That is the field, that is the part, right? I will be entering what. Then once it is done, I will be clicking on the search button, right? So I will be clicking on the search button, so I can create another method here for clicking on the search button. So I need to match with that one, click search. Okay, so I need to inspect that element for the search button. So here you can see ID is there or name is there, right? So I can go with ID did underscore submit. So this is the button name. So by dot ID I can read it, inspect it, and then it is a button, so it will be click operation. Then I need to close the browser, right? So what is the method name? Is the close browser. So I will be creating a method for closing the browser for public void. I will be changing it here, right? Find driver dot quit or close for closing the browser. Driver dot quit or close, anything you can use. So that is the simple thing I have written here in the other class. So first one is I am creating a Excel where I am trying to add my object to the test case, and this is the important column where I am writing down all the keyword which will be read from that Excel only. I am creating a constant class where I am defining all the importance value, right, for all the constants. Okay, and here I am creating a class for writing the program for reading the data, right, from the array list using the array list, and I am creating action class. Then now last part will be coming where I will be writing the test case, right. So I will be creating a testng class. Instead of normal class, I can create a testng class. For what will be name? It will be name will be session 20 again, right? Keyword driven test, and finish. Okay. So first test case you can give the name. Suppose say for what is the test case name I have given, I can maybe use that one, right? Test case name I can give it for the first test case. So definitely it will be small and no space will be there, so that you can have a sync directly. Okay, and here I will be creating what I need to create. I need to create a object, for instance, for the class where which I will be reading it. Here, right? So because I did not create a constructor here, so definitely I need to create an object, for instance. Suppose say read Excel data, okay, or maybe read data equal to new read data, right? So here I will call another important method, right, with the help of that, because that important method I have written, right, which column I need to refer it, right, to match with the keyword. So this is the first column, means column 0, second column 1, third column 2, 3 and 4. This is the column 4. 5 column means 0 to 4, so it will be 4. So I need to call that actions here with the help of rd dot. Yeah, I'm because in that particular particular class, right, we have written all that important aspect, important functionality, right, for reading the data from the Excel sheet. So definitely I need to use that option, right. I need to create an object or instance to read all the important method for that class. Got it? So that is the reasons I am creating a class, sorry, object or instance for the class. This is the class, because in the last session we have created, in which class we have written all the important method, we have created a constructor, so we have directly used it, but here we did not create a constructor. Okay, that is a different approach. Maybe we can create a constructor, but I did not try that for option. So because we need to give that column reference, so I will be verifying that options where I am providing the column reference as that is the column. E column means 4, 0 column, 1 column, 2 column, 3 column and 4. In case you are having more column, you can change it accordingly, so that that column it will read it, right, correctly. After that we need to call all the method one by one, right. Okay, so after that whatever keyword actions class is created, we need to create an object or instance again, right. So that is the maybe, or that part I can create globally, so that in case we are having multiple test case we can add it, right, use it, right. So I am creating the global variable here, so that in case we are having multiple class I can use it. Okay, once the column is read, right, which column I need to match it. After that, right, this is the keyword class where I have written all the keyword actions, right. So I will be creating an object for instance for this class. Also this also I can create it globally, not be a problem. Suppose I can create a class for this one also, global class. So global variables. Suppose say that one, keyword action equal to new keyword action, so that in case you are having multiple test case, we can directly use them. Then keyword action dot, first thing what will be there, first will be launch the browser, so that method I will be called dot launch browser, right? Then k dot, you can see, right, all the method will be coming from that actions only, right, whatever you have written. Then once it is done, we will be matching it, navigate to URL, ka dot navigate to URL, right? Then k dot enter email, enter password, k dot enter email dot k a dot enter password, right? Then k dot click on the link, forgotten password link, then k dot enter email or mobile number, then k dot search, click search button, right? So that is the line of code I have written. So let's do not add the close browser, so I can also add the clear close browser. So for now I can comment it out to see that whether everything is happening. That's line of code, I can comment it out maybe. Okay, so that's why you can create your, you can see in the test case we are calling everything from the other classes. It is very simple, right? In case that thing method we need to use in the other way, right? So we are writing in only one times, and here also we are based on the Excel, we are updating it very easy way, right? Instead of haphazard way every time we need to write it. So that is the importance of the keyword event. Now try to, let's run it from here. Let's see whether it's running or not. So definitely it will be reading the data from the column number 4, that means column E. After that it will go to one by one, right? Launch browser, it is launching the Chrome browser. After that it will launch load the URL for the Facebook. Okay, let's see error. I think it's error came, some of the error. Okay, Java null pointer exception, not able to read it properly. URL, okay, 1 second. Okay, maybe for the other part, right, some error was there, I am not able to fix it that time, but same way, right, you can see here the constant class I have created. I have tried to give the URLs and the data provider reference, right? This is the test data sheet, we can give it. So where we are trying to create the test cases with the help of keyword driven approach, and then we are also giving the Excel data, username, password, everything. And in the reading Excel column, we are trying to read it with the help of first file path, and then workbook, and then worksheet, and then row and column and the string value. And here I am creating another importance method for reading the column, for which column we need to map it, right? And in the keyword action you can find out all the action we have tried to give it, right, where we are trying to read it, and we are creating all the importance method. And in the main test case, right, with the help of @test annotation, first we are creating a object or instance for the reading data sheet for the class, through from which, right, we are reading the data with the help of Apache PY from the Excel. And then we are creating a test cases, right, Facebook, login, reset password, that is the test cases we have written here. right? And first we are reading through the column. You can see this is the column number E, that means 4. After that we are creating a class object or instance for the class where we have written all the keyword. Okay, then we are trying to call those method one by one, right? Open browser, enter URL, password, and then forgotten password, ring, mobile number, search, and browser. So now if, and this is the test case 1, right? So let's try to run it and let's see whether it's running properly or not. So it should open the Chrome browsers, it should add the URL for the Facebook page, then it will enter the email password and click on the forgotten password link, then it will also add the your email and ID and click on the search button, and then it will quit the browser. Okay, you can see it is working, and then you will click on the forgotten password link and it is navigating to the page, right? Forgotten password, and here you are entering the mobile number, clicking on the search and closing the browser. So that way it is working. So we are only calling the method instead of writing method every time in the main test case. Now say I want to add one more test case here, right? So instead of one test case I want to add one more test case. Suppose etc2, where only we need to enter, right, launch Facebook and add email and password. That is the objective. I am not writing anything. In case I need to click on the sign in button, maybe I can add some of the important method for sign in, right? So let's try to create a sign in case we need to add it. So okay, so I can inspect the Facebook page and I can create one more method for the sign in, right? So let's try to import, right? So I can click on the login button, I can do it, but I will not click on the login button here. So I will open the browser, so I will enter the navigate to the URL, I will enter the password, and then I will just that is my objective of the test case, right? So that is the fourth step. I want to launch the Facebook page, I want to add email and password. Maybe if you want to click on the sign in button, so you can also add step, and definitely you can add a method for click on the sign in button. So that is the another step I want to add it, right? So here also in the test cases main classes, right, I can add one more test annotation, one more test case. So here I can give the test case name, I can change the test case name, suppose Facebook enter credential. Okay, so that is the only importance, right? So definitely we will be adding, calling the column 4, this is the column 4, and then with similar way we can create a object or instance for the action class. So instead of creating multiple times, we can create it globally. So that is the thing I can do it, right here, just like the global variables. Okay, you can see it is gone. So in case you are using the same object or instance multiple times, so at the class level before the test case level you can create them. Okay, so now it's, you can see it's gone, error message also gone. Okay, and enter password, I need to code with code, and here I need to add with one single bracket, so that I need to close. Okay, so this is the another test case I have written, right, where I want to validate, right, that my page is opening or not, URL is loading or not, and enter value is loading or not, password is loading or not. So this is my one test case, and this is the another test case, right? So let's save the Excel. So I have added two test cases, but I am not adding any code, line of code. Instead of that, whatever common keyword, right, for which we have written the our code in that particular class, keyword action class, we are calling them. So that is called keyword driven. So we are trying to drive our test case based on the keyword, right? So easily we can add multiple test case. In case some of the properties is common, some of the method is common, we will be directly calling them. In case some of the method is not common, we will be adding them here, and from here we will be calling them as and when it's required, right? So let's try to run it and let's see whether it's working. Right now both the test cases are working or not. So it will try to run both the test case based on the alphabetical order. So it is opening the Facebook page, it is entering the ID password, right? Then it is clicking on the forgotten password link, right? Then it is entering the mobile number, clicking on the search button, quitting the browser. One test case run is successful, right? Then other test case it will try to run it. Next one based on the alphabetical order. So it is opening the Facebook page, it is entering the ID and password, then it will close. No, it will not close, it will just end the objective, right? So you can see here, so my both the test cases run successfully, and if I go here you can see both the test cases passed. Now say I want to click on the sign in button, right? Click on the login button after entering the user ID and password, right? So let's try to inspect the element, right, and try to add one method here and one step also here. After entering, I have step number 5 will be click on the sign in button, click on sign in button or login button, whatever the button is named, right? Login button. So I can easily update my script accordingly in the keyword. So click sign in, that is the method I need to write it, sign in. Okay, so I'll be adding one more method here. So in the action class, okay, so instead of search, so I will copy paste the line of code and I'll be creating a method for sign in. So here it will be sign in, that is the method name. But it should be match, right? So here find element for the sign in, right? I need to create for the login button. Let's see any unique. Okay, name is there, login. I think that is unique, so I can identify with the help of name. Let's update the change to name. Let's save it, and here after entering the ID and password I need to call k dot click, that method, right? You can see it is coming, click sign in. Now let's update your code. So that's why as and when required, you need to add some step, you need to create more test case, you can do it, and you can update your Excel sheet and you can update your action class, and after that in the real time test case you can add those add those method in the test case. Let's try to run it and let's see whether the sign in button is clicked for the second test case or not. So first test case will run, it will launch the Chrome browsers, it will add the URL for Facebook, it will enter the email password, it will click on the forgotten password link, right? It will then again enter the email or phone number, click on the search button, quit the browser. So that is the first test case, it will be run. It is going to the forgotten password link, it is entering the mobile number or phone number, email, and closing the browser. The second test case it will again try to run it. It will open the Chrome browser, it will launch the it will add the URL for the Facebook page. Once the page is fully loaded, it will enter the ID and password, and then it will click on the login page. Okay, I think it's already hit, so you will be getting the result. So in case it is successful or not, okay, you can see password is not correct one. Somehow it got changed, okay, to my to Bengali. Okay, I was not able to fix it. Some happens, I think last few days some happens in the Chrome browser especially. So that is the reasons, right? I have added one step, right, to change it to the language to the English. Okay, you can see here I have written one method here to for clicking that English option, right? You can see I am clicking the English UK. Okay, after that it is, otherwise it is not able to identify because the thing has been changed to Bengali language. So I have to change it to English, set the language. So that is the additional step I have added to fix those problems. Okay, after that I am clicking on the sub, otherwise it is not able to identify the locator element, right? Because the element name is suppose forgotten password, but you can see it's changed to Bengali sometimes. Okay, so I mean kind of this is a password, that is the option is showing, so it is not able to match. So if you change it to English, so it is working. So that's why I have tried to change it and it is working. So no need to worry about this thing, you can do it, trick and tips, all this stuff. Maybe some problem is there with my Chrome browser, I need to fix it. But the thing is that the main objective is that it will be driven by the keyword, where in the keyword definitely all your importance method whatever you are writing, it will be there, and you can add all the test case one by one, right? So it will be systematic way. In case you need to change it here, you will be just changing it here and will update your script accordingly for each and every test case. So you can see it is easy, very easy to maintain it, right? Maintain your code, and you can also get to know the objective of each test case and what is the keyword. In case anything you need to change it, you will be definitely updating those methods, or you are adding those methods as and when required. And definitely in the test case you are just simply calling the method, right? You are simply calling, but you are not adding. And you can, maybe you can add here some validation point or assertion point in case it is required. So that's why, right, keyword driven testings happen. But whenever I will be giving you the more information how to start everything from the sketch level for the hybrid framework with the help of page object model, so then you can definitely vary the different data combination with the help of data driven, and you can also take read the data from the keyword, right? So both thing will be there. So hybrid is nothing but is a combination of keyword and data driven framework. So where you will be using the page object models, maybe we will be creating some other thing where we will be adding all the reference of the XPath ID, all this stuff, and from where we will be reading it. So you can see it is more systematic than the keyword and data driven. That is the reason hybrid is more important, more relevant in the market, right? And it is used mostly. And with the help of page object model technique or design pattern, we will be creating the hybrid framework from the scratch, where I will be also letting you know if you the importance Selenium WebDriver functionality, right? One is report ng and one is extend report, one is log4j, how we can create the log for each and every step whatever is executing, how we can enhance our reporting stuff, because whenever it is running, right, we need to report to the relevant stakeholder, right? So that is also you can learn it I mean in the upcoming step. Okay, so that's all for today's session. Thank you.